Okay, the time has come to do a little work on this wall in this shop here. So I have this big shelf I built, and I didn't do that very long ago, but I found that all it does is collect junk, that most of it can be inside one of the cupboards up there. So I'm going to take that down, and I have a lot of tools. You know, I have a bunch of tools that are just sitting in boxes and in crates and buckets. And some of them, I'm going to dig some of them out and hang them up on this wall here and make myself a regular wall of some tools that will be accessible to me. So that's what I'm working on right now. First thing, I'm going to clean it all off. That's got one speaker in it. The other one blew up. Sometime I gotta learn to throw crap away. I'm gonna save this shelf and I'm gonna put it up somewhere else. Maybe over along that wall over there, over above the window. I'm gonna save it and put it up somewhere else, but this wall is gonna be my tool wall. Not that heavy, it's just awkward as all heck. There you have it. Look at all that glorious real estate for hanging some tools up. Like my axes. A couple years ago I made some axes. Because I was watching bucking. There's my bucking special right there. Yeah, Bucking Billy up in Canada. He makes axes, so I made a couple of my own. Well, here's one of the items I'm going to put on that wall. This I have not had for a long time. I just acquired this last week from a buddy of mine, Dale Jansen. This was his dad's. It's an old Sears and Roebuck. It's not Mark Craftsman, it just says Sears and Roebuck, USA. It's cast iron, it's heavier than crap, and everything on it works great. You can see it's got this blue paint. I'm pretty sure it's all original blue paint, the way it came from the factory back in who knows when. But it's a really neat table saw. Unfortunately, it's kind of obsolete with the big saw that I have. And I have this old Walker Turner over here that I still have. And I have little saws for doing the floors out on the job sites. But I just love this little relic here. So let me get the camera and do a close-up view of it. So it says Dunlap on that side. It's got the little handles down there for raising and lowering. Actually, the blade does not raise and lower on this. The table goes up and down. And the table actually tilts too. And I'll show you that. So yeah, this is that little saw. So the blade on this thing is really dull. I'm not really going to put a nice new blade on it because what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to build a little French cleat. And this is going to hang up on that wall back there and just become a relic for old time's sake. Okay, so this saw is direct drive. It does not have a switch. You plug it in and it goes. So let's just plug her in here. There it goes. I got my push stick, but I ain't going near this thing. Let's just cut a little board here. So you can see it works. I probably should have set it up a little more stable than this darn sawhorses that's on here. It's pretty rocky on there. A little dangerous. Don't try this at home, kids. All right, so there you go. This is how you raise and lower the table. Look at that. There's all the way down. So there you go. The blade's all the way down. Let's bring it up. It's tight, and the threads are very old. So there, you see the way the blade goes up, the table goes up and down, like that. And then to turn a bevel, hey, you loosen that. And the whole table turns. Look at that. I am not going to even attempt to try to cut something on this thing. However, with a new blade and all the proper push sticks and everything, you'll be all right. It has all these little adjustments. It's solid cast. The thing is a beast. I love it. I'll just focus in on this tag for anybody that's interested in that. There it is. So that's the original tag on it right there. So that's one of the relics for this wall, along with things like this draw knife that I have here, a 10-inch Fulton draw knife, which is kind of a relic. Don't use it much. I have this old spoke shave that I picked up for doing when I did the axe handles, and various other tools for this wall. You know, I got some Forstner bits, and I think I'll put my old set of marples up there, and my router bits, and my old low angle Stanley block plane, and oh, and let me show you this one other thing. All right, so I got this shed behind me here that I've had for, I built this shed a long time ago. But if you look on this shed, I'm going to turn this around and show you some of these old saws. So I have some double old enders. That one on the top there, I found that in a yard, in a house I was working on. It was a house that I actually bought and sold at one point. And I gave it to my buddy Craig Moore, and he had it on his shed, and then he died. He had cancer, he died, and his wife gave that back to me. So I'm going to take that saw and the other double ender there, and I have actually those are single man saws, and then that's a double ender down below there. I have a double ender and a few hand saws. I'm going to take those into the shop and wire brush those and oil them. I'm going to give them a little love, and they're going to go on my wall inside the shop. Okay, so I'm kind of playing here this afternoon. We're really in the middle of a job, Charles and I. He's over there sanding, and I just came home for lunch to pick up a few things and thought I'd get started on this little project I wanted to do on this wall behind me, and I got a little carried away with some of the tools. But anyway, that's what I got going on right now. I'm going to go back to work. If you see anything you like, hit that subscribe button. We can always use your support. Thanks for watching.